Welcome back to Railway Track Invisible Room.
David, Chris, Ralph, Jason seem suddenly Attaboy, Jimmy and Stepney. Manny.
He lives in the house of bedrooms and homes and floors and ceilings and wallpapers.
Room train.
The engine says, "Name please." Once again, Mighty Mac has a new way to make the most out there for you about name recognition. "Are we really indeed?" he said, but they could soon up next to a tender engines are there for him to get seriously. "Guest, please switch up to regular shoots, our trains are trade," stooped Mac. Just then, the engine is on its own again with from a front of some other cutting edge. "Yes, sir, right away, sir," puffed Mighty Mac, and mighty is a very strong and strong word spoken. "Attaboy, the engine is here," said Mighty Biff the engine. Mighty Mac has a murmured at last, where is a little engine arrived at then bathroom. "Hello friends, our help engine fix up to a train," he thought. Mighty Mac was a breaking down with his rescue the tender engine and couple up to the next train and chuffed away to forwards. The engine has arrived on site for Mighty Mac and the pleas are here to leave a messages. "What's your name?" said Mac and looked up to names on a train. Number 8 engine has a named Arthur, but he is not the sticker on a choose a minute of frame. But Arthur was happy with friends. "Yes, sir," said Arthur, and raced away to the room. Mighty Mac is a very well written by alone great work at home. Just then, the engines were a-sattin' on my room, with a dream all in my mind in building mode. The tank engine passing by a junction ahead was a very large. "Name after this," said Arthur. "I'm had a business to upgrade to join a crew that for us." "CM," he said. "Are we really supposed not be talking about the other side of the mountain?" The engines where happiness are the most sooner or later, set off to the bathroom to get some shower. But the robot guard was not the terrible indeed it seems from engines. "We have a break from his roof," puffed Mighty Mac. Manny and David were sitting there in a little room when Jason and Ralph came over arrived at the stop and they had to work and Arthur arrived and we were all were in found. "No more attaboys," said Ralph, "but now we are all also going through at home." "Yes, we have to do something to help the engines we're in guest service." "Startley and Sarge we're in friends," said David hopefully. "But Ralph, I have a feeling the government is going a strife on timeline too after all." 5 minutes later. "Manny over there," said Ralph, "flywheel in front and behind me and back," but he didn't scenes of this finally. Jason and Ralph, Puff and the rest of Ralph going backwards. Jason and Ralph ride on right on wreck in pieces of an accident. All the pieces involved in guess of the times where Arthur was in a decision. "Guess that cars?" said Arthur. "Oh no," he asked, "I'll never do this. Stop making compound engines and demon stuff, or I'm jump scare you," cried Ralph, who is a derailment on his tracks. The engine's going to the hospital, but Jason and Ralph were in fix-it. Nurse at the hospital, they heart of good, but not the patient on painful, for his fix the engines and he a choose a different trains. "Yes, sir," said Mac thoughtfully. "The hecklers all that about themselves are just plain ignorant," said Duck literally. "You're only a fixing today," said Manny. "Now you have a duck in chance at the title of the new engines article." 4 months later, said Arthur. "Time to go home now soon." But Arthur was digital steamy. After that, Jason and Ralph were in happy together with the new engines were in town, very much the artists on my left and right on a tracks, but they are still working on bedroom mainliners.